Welcome to the School of the Lost Tribes. Your charity helps generate the lessons needed to seal the chosen before the destruction. Revelation 13, 1-10. This passage reveals how Yahweh rules the whole universe while allowing a final concentrated display of beast empire power to rise against his covenant people. The vision is not teaching a universal church story. It is showing how the dragon empowers world systems to oppress Israel, and how Yahweh will ultimately judge those systems and vindicate his saints, the remnant of Jacob. Revelation 13:1, KJV. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. The sea is the turbulent mass of nations and peoples, and the beast rising from it represents a world empire system formed from the chaos of the Gentile world. The 7 heads and 10 horns show layered multi-phase ruling power and confederated authority, governments built to dominate. Names of blasphemy means this power exalts itself against Yahweh, claiming ultimate authority that belongs only to him. In Israelite covenant terms, this beast is the continuing pattern of Gentile rulership, allowed for a season to trample Israel during their scattering, yet still operating inside Yahweh's universe and under his limits. Revelation 13:2, KJV. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. The leopard, bear, and lion imagery shows a composite empire drawing on prior oppressive kingdom traits: speed, crushing strength, and devouring speech. The key point is the source. The dragon gave him power and authority, meaning this political religious system is energized by satanic influence to oppose Yahweh's covenant order. For Israel, this explains why captivity has never been merely political. These empires are weapons formed to suppress Israel's identity, obedience, and inheritance until Yahweh Shai returns to break their dominion. Revelation 13:3, KJV. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. A deadly wound that is healed signals a collapse and revival pattern. The beast system appears finished, yet returns with renewed force that amazes the world. This wonder is part of deception. People interpret the beast's revival as proof of permanence and inevitability. Covenantally, it functions as a pressure tool against Israel. When the world believes the beast cannot fall, Israel is tempted to submit, assimilate, and forget Yahweh's promises. Yet Israel's hope is not in the world's stability. Israel's hope is in Yahweh's oath and kingdom restoration. Revelation 13:4, KJV. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? This shows the beast is not only political, it is idolatrous, demanding devotion that belongs to Yahweh alone. Worship of the beast is ultimately worship of the dragon's agenda, replacing Yahweh's rule with man's empire and fear. The chant, Who is able to make war with him, is the language of intimidation meant to crush resistance. For the scattered tribes of Israel, this is the core test. Will they fear the beast's strength? Or remember that Yahweh is the universe, creator and judge, who alone sets kings up and brings them down. Revelation 13:5, KJV. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. The beast's mouth points to propaganda, decrees, and arrogant claims, blasphemous speech that exalts the system above Yahweh. But notice the repeated limit. There was given, and to continue 42 months. The beast's reign is permitted, not ultimate. Yahweh's universe has fixed times. Even the enemy's loudest season is measured. For Israel, that means tribulation is real, but it is also timed. Yahweh's covenant plan moves steadily toward deliverance and the kingdom. Revelation 13:6, KJV. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. The beast attacks Yahweh's name, his dwelling, and his heavenly order, rejecting divine authority altogether. In Israelite terms, blaspheming Yahweh's name also attacks the covenant revelation given to Israel, his law, his sanctuary pattern, his priestly ordinances, and the truth of who his people are. It also targets them that dwell in heaven, meaning the beast ridicules or resists Yahweh's spiritual government. Yet this is precisely why the beast must fall. It is an anti-covenant power opposing Yahweh's kingship. Revelation 13:7, KJV. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds, and tongues, and nations. The saints here are not humanity at large. This is the covenant remnant of Israel, who hold to Yahweh's commandments and the testimony of Yahweh Shai. The beast makes war on them because they represent the future kingdom order. Overcome them speaks to visible defeat, captivity, persecution, silencing, yet not spiritual annihilation. And though the beast has reach over many peoples, that reach exists so Yahweh can expose the full cruelty of Gentile dominion and then judge it, vindicating Israel according to covenant promises. Revelation 13:8, KJV. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. This separates two groups, those who are swept into the beast's worship and those preserved in the Lamb's book of life. Within the exclusive doctrine frame, this book is tied to Yahweh's covenant election and redemption plan. Yahweh, Shai's sacrifice, was always the ordained means by which Yahweh would reclaim his people. The beast's universal admiration does not mean Yahweh has abandoned Israel. It means the system's deception will be broad, while Yahweh still preserves a marked remnant whose inheritance cannot be erased. Revelation 13:9, KJV. If any man have an ear, let him hear. This is a covenant warning to the hearers among Israel. Pay attention, discern the times, and do not be seduced by the beast's greatness. It is not a casual phrase. It is a summons to the scattered tribes to awaken, recognize the pattern of oppression, and hold to Yahweh's promises rather than the world's intimidation. Revelation 13:10, KJV. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. This is Yahweh's justice principle aimed at Israel's oppressors. The same captivity imposed on Jacob will return upon the captor. It declares that Yahweh remembers every chain and every sword raised against his inheritance. For Israel's saints, this is patience and faith, endurance rooted in covenant certainty. The remnant waits, not because they are powerless forever, but because Yahweh's universe runs on his judgment schedule, and the kingdom promised to Israel will arrive with righteous recompense. Table of Contents. Introduction. Yahweh's exclusive covenant with Israel. The purpose of this book. No disparagement of non-Israelite races. The foundations used throughout this book. On the right foundation, Israel's covenant exclusivity, believing Yahweh Shai and the consequences of unbelief. The exclusive nature of Israel in the Old Testament. The exclusive nature of Israel in the New Testament. Part 2. Replacement Theology, examined. Dare we say the Church has replaced the 12 tribes of Israel, hope, the law, and Israel in the New Testament, the exclusivity of Israel in Ephesians, Philippians, and beyond, redemption and the many, the exclusive nature of Israel in the letters of James, Peter, John, and Jude, Israel in the book of Revelation, reactions and doctrinal challenges. Next steps in the book. Common reactions to Israel's exclusivity. Reactions to the exclusive doctrine of Israel expanded. Are there 2 or 3 witnesses for exclusive Israel? Separation, the world, and the gospel. Word meanings. Understanding separation and the world. The world, cosmos, or oikoumeni. The 2 differing gospels, stumbling blocks to an exclusive Israel doctrine. Case studies, Israelites in dispersion. Peter's sheep vision, a closer examination. The Ethiopian eunuch, an Israelite in dispersion. The widow of Sarepta, an Israelite in dispersion. The Lord's Prayer, an exclusive Israelite perspective. Extra-scriptural doctrines exposed. The extra-scriptural doctrine of Judeans and Gentiles. Can strangers become Israelites? In thee shall all nations be blessed. That unfortunate word, Gentile. Yahushai's ministry was not primarily to the Judeans or in Judea. Identity, history, and deception. Could the modern Judeans be Israel? Can the Judeans be identified? Josephus in his comments on the Judeans. Does Edom have any marks of identification today? Judeans who are non-Semitic. Historical commentary and records. What is their blasphemy? Anti-Semitism. A tool for deception. Religious and political nonsense. Galatians, promise, and heirship. Galatians and Israel exclusivity. Interpreting Galatians in light of Israel exclusivity. Christos without Yesu, Messiah without Jesus. Can the promises to Abraham's seed be spiritualized? Who are the heirs according to the promise? In Christ versus in Jesus. Neither Judean nor Greek. Who are the Greeks? Israel in the entire New Testament. Sonship, adoption, and faith. Isaac, hearing faith and freeborn sons. In thee shall all nations be blessed. Revisited. The promise in thy seed in the New Testament. The biblical concept of adoption. The placement of a son. Analysis of the 5 adoption verses. Understanding the sons of Yahweh and the doctrine of adoption. Pilgrims, strangers, and Israel. New Testament strangers. Seed, rebirth, and sowing.